Yo, what's going on, guys? King here. In today's video, I want to take you through a heroic gunstrike build for the Bulwark class in Space Marine 2 patch 11.1 using the brand new Death's Grasp heroic power fist and Retribution's Bequest heroic heavy bolt pistol. This build is going to help you complete those absolute operations and hard daily and hard weekly stratagems. So let's dive right into the build, starting off with that heroic power fist with the heroic perk effect of follow-up shot. Performing a finisher marks a nearby Majoris level or higher enemy for a gunstrike. Light attack damage increases by 200%, but charge attack damage decreases by 50%. And now, like I said, this build is going to open up a ton of opportunity to have huge gunstrike damage because of this brand new heroic power fist being a fencing parry window. And along with that, the light attack damage being upwards of 200%. Now, the charge attack damage for this weapon is still very, very good, but this is mainly going to focus on overall gunstrike damage and armor regen. So to start off the perk tree, we are going to start with the first perk being Perpetual Strength. Melee damage increased by 5%. Moving into Heavy Preparation. Heavy attack preparation time is reduced by 30%. Applies to the following attacks: Thrust Jab, Back Fist, Hammer Hook, Back Fist 2, and Thrust Jab 2. And we want to take Heavy Preparation to decrease that overall preparation time for our charge attacks when absolutely necessary. And mainly the power fist in this game has been seen as a charge attack weapon only. The light attack damage hasn't really been something that's been very beneficial, especially in the hardest content, hardest difficulty operations of this game. So with the new heroic power fist, this opens up a ton of playability for, alternative strategies and alternative builds that allow you to use gun strikes and that fencing parry window to the best of your ability, but you still want to have that low preparation time when you do need to use charge attacks for the given situation. After that, we are going to take another Perpetual Strength and another Perpetual Strength on top of that. We're going to move over to Focused Intention. When your health is below 30%, you take 50% less health damage while preparing heavy attacks. And then we're going to move into Tide of Battle. Power wave forward distance increases from 4 to 8 meters. Applies to the following attacks: Thrust Jab, Back Fist, Hammer Hook, Back Fist 2, Thrust Jab 2. And then we want to take the perk Following Blow. Back Fist and Back Fist 2 can be performed instantly after a charge, Thrust Jab, or Hammer Hook. And we want to move into combo. After successful heavy attack, the next light attack deals 10% more melee damage. Again, this weapon is specifically going to be used primarily for light attacks, but we want to take these two perks, Tide of Battle and Combo, mainly to move into the relic tier perks being Major Slayer. Melee damage against Majoris level enemies increases by 10%. And then Heavy Armament. Cannon Punch deals 50% more damage. So when you're trying to jump into those Majoris hordes, you can use your Cannon Punch to the best of your ability, get that additional light attack damage, and really just deal tons of damage to Majoris Extremis and even Terminus level enemies. Now, along with that, we want to take the heroic heavy bolt pistol being Retribution's Bequest. And this heavy bolt pistol, comparatively to the relic tier heavy bolt pistols, is the same, if not more damage than the firepower variant of the heavy bolt pistol. The only thing about this heroic heavy bolt pistol is the lacking ammo capacity, but this heroic variant, with the perk effect being No Help Is Coming, shooting an enemy with the Elite Scream status stops it from calling for reinforcements. Headshots kill in one shot. Deals some of the highest gunstrike damage in the entire game. So this is going to be perfect in combination with that heroic power fist, the fencing parry window, because once you are able to pull off an execution on a Majoris level or higher enemy, this weapon is going to immediately target the next closest Majoris level enemy or higher for a gunstrike. So you're going to be able to get a gunstrike off of the fencing parry window, knock an enemy into an executionable state, execute that enemy, and then immediately follow up with a gunstrike on the next closest Majoris level enemy. Along with that, the No Help Is Coming heroic perk is very fun because when you can get it off, you can basically stop entire horde waves from being called in, which is going to save you plenty of time, plenty of ammo and resources that you would then use to defend against those massive hordes coming in from a reinforcement call. So very fun perk to use, very, interesting to see when you do get a headshot off, you do kill that enemy immediately and stop that entire wave from coming in. But we are going to start off this perk tree with the perk Headhunter, and I mainly build through the top row of the perk tree here for additional damage. You can build it for additional ammo capacity because this weapon does lack that additional magazine capacity and ammo reserve, but mainly we want to build for headshot damage and gun strike damage primarily. So we're going to start off with Headhunter. Headshots deal 10% more damage. Adamantine Grip, recoil is reduced by 25%, and then move into Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. We are going to stack increased capacity on top of that to get an additional 20% to our ammo reserve, but we are going to move over to Remote Threat. Enemies at a distance of more than 25 meters take 20% more damage. So this is for things like zoanthropes that you're primarily going to deal with, especially against Tyranids, where the Bulwark will have a little bit of a weakness because they have lacking range damage. After that, we're going to take Perpetual Precision. Maximum spread decreases by 10% for those hipfire shots, and then we're going to take Discipline. When you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. Following that, we're going to take Strong Finish. Last round in the magazine deals 50% more damage, and then moving into the Relic tier perks, we're going to take Headhunter again. Gunstrike Reload. After a Gunstrike, this weapon instantly reloads, which is perfect for this Gunstrike-based build. And then we're going to finally take Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. And with the Heavy Bolt Pistol, again, and any bolt weapon in this game, we're primarily focusing on headshot damage, as headshot damage is going to be the biggest addition to our overall builds, especially when using bolt weapons in this game. If you're not using headshot damage or going for headshots, you're really missing out, and you're going to be wasting a lot of ammo on body shots with any sort of bolt weapon in this game. Moving over to the actual character perk tree, we are going to start off with the first perk being Intimidating Aura. Perfectly timed parry deals area of effect damage within a 5-meter radius, which again is perfect for a Gunstrike build. We want to be able to get off as many parries as we possibly can, leading to knocking enemies into an executionable state, so Intimidating Aura is perfect. We're going to take Scramble Targeting as well. If you are surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. This is going to give us that range damage reduction we're looking for, especially against snipers, range devourers, Rubric Marines, Soul Cannon Terminators, all that sort of stuff. And then we're going to take Armor Reinforcement. Non-finisher Gunstrikes restore 1 armor segment. And this is going to be our primary form of armor regeneration on this build. Typically, with the Bulwark, you're going to want to take something like Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. But for this build, because of how often you are getting Gunstrikes, you're basically going to have infinite armor regeneration with Armor Reinforcement. So for the team perk, we're actually going to take Advanced Conditioning. Contested health fades 50% more slowly for all squad members, which is going to allow us to get our contested health points back off of executions, additional gun strikes, all of those sort of things, instead of relying on focus restoration for our armor restore. For the gear perks, we're going to start off with Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies within its area of effect, and then we're going to move into Invigorating Icon. When the banner is active, all squad members regain maximum contested health, but it recharges 50% slower. A lot of the time, you're going to be using this more so for your teammates than yourself, so making sure you time your Invigorating Icon with your teammates' low health is extremely important, especially if you're playing in a team comp. If you're playing solo, you might want to go with something like Glory Shield. All squad members within the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer to get that additional gunstrike damage, additional heavy bolt pistol damage while you're within your banner's area of effect. But for this build, we're going to take Invigorating Icon. And then for the last perk, we're going to take Inspiration. All squad members within the banner's area of effect deal 20% more damage. So you're going to be able to deal additional damage while you're within that banner's area of effect. And with Glory Shield, you take 20% less damage. That's just going to add on to that overall damage reduction, whether that be melee or ranged. And for the last perk, for the signature perk, we're going to take Armored Advance. If you have armor remaining, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. Having no knockback in this game is extremely important, especially for Bulwark, as Bulwark is usually your last line of defense. It's usually the last man standing, and having no knockback is going to save you from stun locks and frame traps every single time. For the prestige perks, we're going to start off with Overcharge. overcharge. Held and charged attack damage increased by 20%. So this is going to add on to when we do need to use that charged attack for our heroic power fist. It's going to be situationally based, but usually if you can clump up a bunch of Majoris, you can still basically one-shot any Majoris off of a double charge attack from your heroic power fist. And then for the second prestige perk, we're going to take Powerful Shot. Range damage increases by 20%. Again, this is going to feed into range damage against zoanthropes, long-range enemies, snipers, devourers who stay out of melee combat and are shooting you from range damage. And then we're also going to take Masterful Defense. Ability charges restored by 1% for every blocked ranged attack. This is just going to help us get our banner back even more quickly, especially being able to intake that range damage and turn it into ability recharge. And then lastly, we're going to take Standard Bearer. When Chapter Banner activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. So this is just going to allow you to get your banner off effectively without getting knocked back or stunned while you are trying to plant that banner and get off all of its effects. So that's going to be in the entire build for the Heroic Power Fist and Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol. Very fun build, especially along with the number of gun strikes you are going to get with this build. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like the damn video and subscribe. And here's some gameplay of me using this specific build on a hard daily stratagem. So I do hope you enjoy.
Infestation is revolting. For the Emperor! Xenos in the vicinity! See your weapon now, what? Incoming Formind! Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa?
Executing our righteous duties, Phaedrus.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep... Phaedrus, try again.
We lost contact with Phaedrus as well.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs. Encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Heraton, show them she is our ultramarine great war. Even a dauntless class cruiser cannot withstand this much punishment. We can yet turn this loss into a victory. Major organism sighted. We have Tyranid prize.
Our banner awaits our word. That sight. Ammunition expended. Tyranid punch. Galaxy's the dawn.
The weapons of the Tyranid vessel are always an awe-inspiring sight. To serve here carries the highest privilege. To deliver the Emperor's violent retribution. You recite the Codex well, but what of the scriptures?
I join the brother chaplain in meditation most days, though I do not claim to know them as well as he.
There are many hours in the day.
Of late, I spent much of my time in the apothecary, under reconstruction.
I shall seek a cherub to recite them to you during your repose.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised, the cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos wound.
It is poor tactics.
That is heretical!
For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to bypass the security protocols. The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Rally at the lift and proceed to the objective.
Attention boarding parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavia reporting. Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talassa, you are nearing the Yakuku. Report on its condition when you arrive.
presence of Xenos permeates the cooling hall.
All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields. Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed.
On me.
Talassa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Target the vulnerable cooling rods. Inserting round.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Obliterate the feculent Xenos. Waste nothing, brothers. Don't relent. Keep destroying the rods.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted to the bridge console.
Fresh magazine. Incoming spore mine. That is heretical behavior. Message advancing.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task.
It shall be done.
Perform your duties. Go hither.
Follow me through.
Hold those mines! For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in combat squad Heraton? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
Negative. But judging by the damage, he may have taken this route.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Expectation. Tyranids will withdraw from your locus, allowing you time to extract.
This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not bring the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Octavia, unleash the Emperor's wrath. I need to sing.
Frag grenade.
Fragmentation device in place.
Get us to speed. Fresh magazine.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain.
Lancer, readying to overload plasma core.
This has touched death. No doubt. Fresh cut.
Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Provide sufficient ocular scan authorization in order to proceed. Security protocols dictate that only claimed principal servitors have entry authorization. The machine spirit requires us to scan the lead servitor line. Engaging search.
This one was the Clade leader.
Ocular parameters confirmed. Maintenance Clade Delta Q 2839. Access granted.
Hurry to the objective. The next location. The reactor and its guardians await. Nothing shall please me more. enemies are avenged.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress.
Be advised, the gyroscopic containment shielding prevents catastrophic plasma dispersion. Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised.
Reactor critical, Talassa. Disengage.
There's a deadline imminent.
Talassa, we're tracking your signature.